About 2 weeks ago, KTM Malaysia launched 890 SMT, and I was looking forward for this motorcycle since it was launched last year. Luckily, I got invited to the event. There was media personnel, motorcycle enthusiasts like me, a couple of KTM owners who were invited for the event. The reason I was really looking forward for this motorcycle was two reasons. One, it's got the name of Supermoto in it. Two, I cannot ride my hypermotard for more than 100 kilometers at a stretch because of the hard seat, whether it is going through the corners or up in through the canyons. Even though I was skeptical about the tank shape, which remains the same for all the 890 models, it did not look anything like a swooping supermoto shape from the tank to the seat. I tried to tell myself pictures does not do 100% justice to the real thing. Maybe it looks good and feels a lot different from what we see in the picture, and there might be a chance that the bike looks great for real. Especially when I see the motorcycle on the paddock stands, it looks like it had a sweeping shape from the tank to the seat. To reassure my beliefs, KTM had kept predecessor to the 890 SMT, which is a 990 SMT which is parked outside. It almost had the sweeping shape from the tank to the seat. It had a V-twin. It also had adjustable front and rear suspension. Good thing is that it also had the Brembo brakes and ran on 17-inch alloy wheels. Had a twin exhaust at the back, made it look good. With a lot of reassurance, I stepped in. There was a picture of KTM 890 SMT on the side. Again, I told to myself, the picture does not tell the whole story. Let's wait for the unveil. The motorcycle was obviously covered for unveiling. There were some promotions along with the launch of the motorcycle. KTM branded a helmet, windshield, the tech pack, everything was going out for 8,000 plus. The tech pack costs around 5,600 ringgit. Plus, you add all the other things, it will come to the same price. But that's just me talking. Finally, the moment of truth. It looks exactly like what I feared. The tank extended down to either sides of the motorcycle, make it look like a tourer. Correction. Adventure cut short to be a tourer. Wait for it from the sides. Does it look like a supermoto? No. Unfortunately, it does not look like a supermoto. Look for once may not be the only thing which people go for on a motorcycle. But does the look matter when you're going to shell out that kind of money for the motorcycle? Will I let go my hypermotard for the KTM 890 SMT just like what I wanted? No. I changed my mind. But there are a few things which I like to call out. The seat is made of memory foam, which means that you can spend hours on the saddle of the horse without any issues. How wide is the seat? It's wide enough. It's somewhere in between KTM 890 Adventure and KTM 890 Duke Car in terms of the width. Since KTM 890 SMT is derived from the KTM 890 Adventure, it's got the similar bits and bobs from the Adventure model. It's got a large TFT dash which is carried out from the Adventure model. It also have a built-in USB charger just like the Adventure model, and it also carries over the 12-volt socket right beneath it, again from the Adventure model. Since it has got Touring in its name, KTM could not go ahead with the standard 14-liter fuel tank from the Duke car. It has been given a 15.8-liter fuel tank, which extends to the both sides of the motorcycle, but not the 20-liter fuel tank from the Adventure model. In the front, it has got 43 mm WP apex forks with compression and rebound damping adjustment. It does not have the Brembos just like the Duke car, but it has got the KTM brand brakes, which is 320 mm twin disc with radially mounted 4-piston caliper and cornering ABS. It's got lightweight alloy wheels and runs on sticky Michelin Power GP tires. It's got a built-in radiator guard and built-in steering damper just like the KTM Adventure model. It has also got the coolant refiller at the exact same place like the KTM 890 Adventure model. It has got adventure style foot pegs and brake lever, and it also got heat shields where it is needed. At the rear, it got KTM's 260 mm single disc with 2-piston floating caliper and runs again on lightweight alloy wheels and Michelin Power GP tires. It got a WP Apex monoshock at the back, and it has got compression and rebound adjustability. It has got quick shifter, but if you want the quick shifter, you have to buy the tech pack. With the tech pack, not only you will get the quick shifter and you're going to get the cruise control, but that's going to cost you about 5,600 ringgit in Malaysia. The engine of the 890 SMT is from the 890 series, which means that KTM had the option of giving it the same power figures as the Duke car, which is 124 horsepower. But since the 890 SMT is built out of the KTM 890 Adventure, it shares the same power figures as the Adventure model, 104 horsepower and 100 newton meters of torque. Now, why did not KTM give all in if they want to go the Supermoto way with 124 horsepower, just like the Duke car? KTM will have a number of reasons why not, but I'm not buying any of that. KTM 890 SMT has got three riding modes: rain, street, and sport. It's got a fourth optional riding mode, which is called the track mode. The track mode you will only get when you buy the track pack, but I'm told that in Malaysia, for the price what it's being offered on road, track pack is offered free of cost. Now here is the thing though. Would you go on carving the canyons or ripping through the mountain passes with the panniers and the top box? I'm not so sure for myself. Does it make sense to do a supermoto touring? There are some players in the market who learned the lessons with the same versions of the Supermoto Touring. Ducati with the Hyperstrada. Anyone remember the Ducati Hyperstrada? It was made available with the 821 series and was discontinued around 2015. Even though SMT has got a Supermoto in its name, I think it is more of a sports tourer. Will you do Supermoto style riding with a full touring kit on the motorcycle? KTM 890 SMT weighs at 194 kilograms without fuel. How much more weight is it going to add to the motorcycle and how is it going to handle the extra weight? I think KTM 890 SMT is a middleweight sports tourer. KTM did get the Supermoto recipe right with 690 SMCR, 48mm adjustable forks, Brembo brakes, spoke wheels, better weight distribution with fuel tank at the back, weighs at around 150 kilograms and sells it across three brands: KTM, Husqvarna and Gas, and it costs 40% less than the price of 890 SMT. Now let's discuss some of the difficult tidbits of the SMT, the price and its competition. The body price on KTM 890 SMT is around 102,000 ringgit. When you add the insurance, the road tax, the tech pack and all the other goodies which you want, it will cost you no less than 115,000 ringgit on the road. Now let's take the Supermoto component alone of that and compare with the Supermoto in the market. The only other motorcycle with a 200 kilogram weight and about 114 horsepower is the Ducati Hypermotard. The Ducati Hypermotard RVE, which comes with a Q shifter, costs 15% less than 890 SMT. Now let's try to compare the KTM 890 SMT with the sports tourers in the market. Yamaha Tracer 9 GT, that goes out for 80,000 ringgit. BMW F900 XR goes out from 75,000 ringgit onwards. Both these motorcycles ask 25% less than what KTM 890 asks for. That's a hard sell. So we get it. KTM 890 SMT is not for everybody. This is for those handful of people who used to own and love the old KTM 990 SMT and want to get a newer version of that motorcycle which will enable touring and somewhat ish supermoto at the same time. But keep in mind that you cannot do both at the same time with luggages and extra weight and everything strapped upon. I don't think I'll be able to test ride one of this. That's primarily because the number of units allocated to Malaysia is somewhere between 8 to 10. With that less amount of units coming in, I don't think the dealership will be able to fork out one unit for test ride. So it got the wheels and the tires from Duke car, but without Brembos. It got the seat and the body shape borrowed from the Adventure, and bits and pieces borrowed from various 890 models. Kind of reminds me of an animal called as okapi, which has legs which looks like from zebra, body from a horse, and a head and neck like a giraffe. Thank you for watching.